This is from Sam.
Hello, Chapo Trap House. My name is Sam, and I was just curious. Do you guys believe in aliens? Do you believe they've ever been to Earth? Do you have an explanation for the Fermi paradox that you like? I'm a big fan. Thanks for taking questions.
This is an interesting question to me because to me, does intelligent life exist elsewhere in the universe, or are aliens real? Have they interacted with humanity? Have they visited Earth? Have they transcended the great distances of the abyss of space to interact with our civilization in some way that we're not aware of, or 2001 style jump started our evolution into conscious, self-aware beings? To me, the question, do aliens exist, is basically the same question as does God exist? And I have to take a kind of agnostic position on it, because I think it's look, if you think about this here size of the universe, it would be when you're playing a game of dice on a board that big on a scale of time as vast as the universe, you're going to roll the same number in a row a billion times straight, which would imply that there is not just intelligent life in the universe or even our galaxy, but probably millions or billions of intelligent species and civilizations, but that the sheer distance between them is so great that the possibility of contact between them is essentially impossible, given what we know of technology. And you could always say, well, then it's always theoretically possible that an alien civilization could have solved that problem. I mean, it's similar to the question of does God exist or does God not exist. I think both answers to that question, yes, aliens exist, and no, they don't, are equally terrifying. Because if it doesn't exist, then life only exists on this planet and only for a little while. That's disturbing, but it's also kind of freeing in a certain way. That's what I liked about that movie Ad Astra, because it was the first sci-fi movie to posit that it hint at the possibility of alien contact, but the point of the movie is that they're out there and they find nothing, and that's what drove them insane, that it's only us. The prospect of intelligent life existing elsewhere in the universe, if it does exist, that's also frightening. Cue up the three-body problem, the dark forest conception of the universe, that any interaction between competing civilizations will, if you look at our own civilization, be necessarily hostile and lead to some sort of genocide or massive resource extraction and enslavement. So, I mean, that's scary. I'd like to believe that aliens have contacted this planet in some way, but to me, it's an interesting metaphorical, artistic query, but it's not one that troubles me a great. It troubles me and not troubles me in equal amounts, and equally balanced, that whether they exist or not.
I think aliens exist. I don't think that they are from other planets, though. I think they're from either other dimensions, time. Honestly, I think aliens might be Earthlings from the future. I think that one's on the table.
Yeah.
But I think there are technical there are actual physical restraints on the ability to travel the distances of space. So I don't think that we're getting anybody from another planet, but I think that I don't think we have any idea, because we can't observe it, how permeable the borders between worlds are. So I'd say that's more likely to be where they're coming from.
And that's what I mean, that it's the same thing about do you believe in God or not? Because we as a society, we as a civilization, it is the same myth or hope of something outside the boundaries of our physical reality and even our lives and deaths, that holds the hope of either transcendence for us or obliteration or punishment. And that can only come from something that is necessarily outside the bounds of our logic and this world and its rules and its history.
I think that I tend to agree with Matt here. I think we lack the units of measurement, understanding, and possibly actual physical or mental senses to fully understand the universe, distance in relation to ourselves. I would be shocked if we have even a 5% comprehension of what is out there, life form wise, intelligence wise, anything like that. I think it very possibly could be some weird time thing that goes into the type of math with parentheses and the long F, where it's far beyond my understanding, and it turns out they don't even understand it that well either. If we are the only thing like us, then if I'm using the 538 or New York Times election meter, it goes to 90% towards Abrahamic religions being true. You kind of have to give it up.
Yeah,
to, like,
yeah.
if we're the only thing, then it's like, okay, then God's probably real, you know? So it's exciting. It's kind of one or the other. Or both. It could be
Yeah,
both. Maybe God made aliens.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Honestly, it's an interesting philosophical and religious area of ponder. But I think practically, like, does God exist or not? It doesn't have much bearing on your life. But that doesn't mean it's not worth it to consider or think about.
You should still be a good person, you know, whether God exists or not. Act like he's there. Act like he's going to give you that arc, you know. And whether aliens exist or not, don't litter.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because when you litter, you're fucking up the planet. They're not going to visit. Not like that the Dan Aykroyd, Larry King thing.
Yeah, after 9/11, they were like, no way, we can't touch those humans.
No, yeah, Dan Aykroyd said, Larry King asked him, he's like, do you think the aliens are going to visit us? And he was like, I'm very pessimistic, especially after 9/11.